Hey everybody, this is Birdman Bobby coming at you from the studio, and I am chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Birdman Bobby.
So,
Do they bite you a lot, the birds?
you know, that's funny. So this guy has decided he wants to start flying to me at home. You know, I can be walking down the hallway, and all of a sudden from behind, I got a 4-pound pterodactyl coming in hot. He doesn't land soft like these guys. This guy fucking, he's grabbing whatever he can to stop himself. So he is like taking chunks out of my neck, my head. He's broken all the cartilage. My ears look like an MMA fighter from all the cartilage that he's
Because of the claws, yeah.
Yep. No, his beak. His beak is what does it. He pierced all the way through my ear. He's fucked me up. And I'm like, dude, that's cool. You're trying to fly to me. I get it. But, how about letting me know, like pilot the bombardier or something, so I can say incoming or, something. So now I know what he's doing when he's going to fly to me. He starts doing this flapping thing, and I'm like, no, don't you do it. Don't you do it. And all of a sudden he'll take off and I just duck and he flies over my head. So, but then there's times where, that retarded 2-year-old comes in and I'm just walking by a cage and boom, he just fucking nails me for nothing. And you're like, dude, what was that for? Do I need to go get stitches now? What the fuck? So
I was at my friend's house, right? And he had a bird cage in the kitchen. He's frying chicken, and the bird comes out of the cage and falls in the grease.
Yeah, I hear about that. Stories like that's why, a lot of people clip wings on birds just for that reason. And to clip a bird's wings, I'm against it 100%. They say it's like clipping us off at the knees and saying, go walk. It's helped part of their respiratory system. That it helps them. They need to fly. They need to be able to fly. And I couldn't imagine somebody clipping my wings. The two guys that I got,
all of them fly.
All my birds fly except for the 2 that I just rescued 2 years ago. They're bonded. I don't know if you know what bonded birds mean. Once they lay eggs and they're bonded, they no longer want to be with people. They don't want any human contact anymore. All they're worried about is those little eggs and protecting those babies. So they become very vicious, let's say. So you'll see bonded birds for sale all the time on Facebook because it'll say, proven pair, meaning that they lay eggs, and then, they're giving them up. But people will buy them and they don't know that what they're getting is a non-domesticated bird. So I've had these guys 2 years. I had some guy at a bike show come up and say, hey man, how would you like a couple birds? My wife can't stand the noise anymore. They're laying eggs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so they're bonded. He's like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I'll come check them out. So I drive about an hour and a half out to come see these guys. And I ask him, I'm like, what's their names? And the guy's, I don't know, I never named them. I'm like, oh, that's fucking great. Because when people come up, if you come up to me and you ask me what the birds' names are, I'm going to tell you. If you come up and go, do the birds have names? I think that's the dumbest fucking question in the world. Of course they have fucking names. So when they say that, I'll go like, yeah, angry bird, big bird, shit bird, jailbird, bird 1, bird 2. Of course they have names. So I'm like, that's perfect. These guys don't have names. I can tell people, yes, they don't have names, but now they do. So I named them Peter, Parker, and MJ. And Peter Parker likes to hang from my throttle cable like this with one arm and flapping his other wings. And that's how he rides at like 90 miles an hour. As soon as I stop, he climbs up to the top of my mirror. As soon as I start rolling, he does a 3-tier drop and he's back on the throttle cable. So it's taken me 2 years to get that bird to step up to me. And now he's finally stepping up. And his mate, MJ, she kind of bites me pretty much all the time. We had a little talk out in Sturgis. I grabbed her by her beak and I said, listen, you know who Ozzy Osbourne is? I'm like, he bit the head off a bat. You fucking bite me one more time, bird. I'm going to take your head off. That bird hasn't bit me since we had that little talking.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I
One
was told
question:
you need to establish alpha male, just like you would with a dog.
do the birds, when they lay the eggs, do they hatch?
If there's a male, yes, they can hatch. But I have yet to have these guys lay eggs. I would love to see them lay eggs because, good God, I have so many people coming up and asking me if the birds are for sale. So if I could actually, breed some birds and put the Birdman Bobby stamp on them, I think I could sell them like hotcakes.
Yeah, you can have your own like breed of birds and be like,
Right,
this is,
right.
yeah.
Yep.
Do they fight a lot?
Uh, that's funny. So the one that just lost, the one that I think either got electrocuted, that was this guy, Bob Marley. That was his buddy. Okay. And then Pipsqueak here, the female, she was bonded to a pair. The lady's mother-in-law moved in, so she got rid of her because it was too noisy. So she comes into my flock, and birds will either accept you to the flock or they won't accept you to the flock. So they never accepted her. They tried to kill her for the last 3 years. But then I noticed last year in Sturgis, I went to take a leak in the bathroom and they were sleeping in the bathroom on the shower rod. I noticed her sleeping next to Skya, one of my birds that flew off last year and I never got back. He chewed through his chain and flew off on my way to Nationals in Kentucky by my girlfriend's house. And I'm sure somebody picked him up. People seem to think that it's finders keepers when they get a bird instead of trying to get it back to its owner. So now these two are left alone without their buddies, right?
Yeah.
So I told them, hey, figure it out, guys. This is, you're the only two left. So you can either like each other or hate each other. So they started preening on each other. That's when they clean each other and snuggling and all this stuff. And it's been adorable romance that I've seen budding in the last month, right?
Yeah.
So I decided that they sleep in separate cages. So I decided to leave their cage open one night. So usually she's the aggressor towards him. And I left the cage open that night. I opened up the drapes in the morning and there's a bird laying on the bottom of the cage. I thought it was dead. And the other bird is up on top of the Snuggie where she always sleeps. And I thought it was her. And I'm like, you killed Bob Marley? You little bitch. I can't believe it. Turns out it's Bob Marley up top. She's the one laying on the bottom. I go to poke her and she pops right up. So I don't know if she was playing possum or if she was sleeping. I have no idea, but it was a knockdown, drag out fight these guys had because he had 4 like puncture holes in his head where he was bleeding. She's missing all her tail feathers. Like if their tail or if their feathers don't drop out from molting, they're blood feathers. You can't like just pluck them out. So her whole
they'll bleed, right?
Oh
They'll
yeah,
bleed.
her whole butt was all bloodied and a mess from this fight that they got into. So like if you can see right now, she's got no tail feathers. They're starting to grow back, but I was putting Neosporin on her and peroxide, and I was all worried about her. But and they've been getting along since, and I haven't like right now they're sitting next to each other. They're not trying to kill each other, so they're definitely buddies. But I'm not going to give them the chance to sleep together again. That's for sure.
What do you do when they fly off?
Well, these guys are pretty much flight trained. They'll come right back to me. This guy, he, I chased him I climbed trees for 3 hours one day trying to get him back. Climb 2 big oak trees. I would get right out to him and he'd fly away. Then finally I got him in some pine trees and he was going pine tree to pine tree to pine tree. And I'm like Spider-Man going tree to tree to tree. And finally he got to a point where he couldn't get out. And a farmer gave me a fishing net, which was like for catching muskie or something. It had big holes in it. So between my jacket and the fishing net, I got him back. And he's like biting me through my jacket. And I'm trying to scale down these trees. And I came out of there all fucking scratched up and bloodied and wanting to kill this motherfucker. So now he's got I attach a pretty good sized chain. He's got one on his leg. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's in the back. But the chains I put on him, step up. Come on. Step up. So I put these little leg chains on him.
Yeah.
So it's a little leg chain that's permanently attached to their leg. So when they step up, it's dropping between my fingers and then I can hook them up.
Yeah.
So that pisses the PETA people off. They don't want leg chains on the bird. for me, they make flight suits for birds. Well, you try to put a bird in a flight suit that you haven't
Flight
raised since
suit?
it's
What
a
the hell is
baby.
a flight suit for a bird?
It's like a harness that they put on, right? So it's got a tether that's off the middle, but it's basically a harness.
Yeah, it's like a dog. It's like a thing that goes on a dog, right?
Bingo, exactly. But to do this for a bird, that bird has to be able to lay in your hand and relax. And I put one on him. I bought, and I had to wrap him up in a towel to try to get him in it and stress them all out. And fuck, he chewed through that thing in a matter of minutes. So I'm a leg chain guy. I can't get flight suits on these guys or harnesses because they're rescues. I didn't raise them from babies.
Yeah.
So
I mean, people think they know what's best,
right. And they don't have a clue. So, but if these guys fly off me, they'll come back. They won't go anywhere. Although if they do get up into a tree, I've learned that because they're domesticated and they fly around the house, I think that when they're outside, they tend to go higher and higher up in the trees. But once they get up there, they don't know how to negotiate coming back down.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I've learned through it all.
Are you going to get any more birds?
My girlfriend's got me on a no more birds or dogs thing because, I've got a problem. So she's got me, not allowed to. Somebody wants to give me an African gray right now. And I'm like, come on, honey. I've always wanted an African gray, but African grays they're the smartest birds out there, but they're definitely
it's a big one, right? It's a pretty big bird.
They're they're about his size, maybe a little smaller. They're like in between these two.
Yeah.
But they bond to their human, and that's it. They're not friendly with anybody else. So, but they have like the vocabulary of a 12-year-old.
Yeah, they can say all kinds of stuff.
They're pretty they're pretty smart. So,
well, I look forward to seeing what you got going on in the future. Anything I can do to help, just let me know.
You got it.
And I'll put a link for all your social medias in the description of this video. Go check them out. And if you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad. Start your own podcast. Peace. Thanks, man.